Communication Privacy Management Theory. About the theory. CPM theory was developed by Sandra Petronio in 22 and is a systematic research theory designed to develop an evidence-based understanding of the way people make decisions about revealing and concealing private information. Sandra Petronio is a regarded researcher in the areas of privacy, disclosure, and confidentiality. She developed the communication privacy management theory, and boundary of privacy is her masterpiece. CPM can be described as interpretive theory insofar as human action, in this case, the disclosure of private information, is purposive, rule-driven, and interpreted by those participating in the disclosure event. Principle of communication privacy management theory. First, people believe they own and have a right to control their private information. People control their private information through the use of personal privacy rules. When others are told or given access to a person's private information, they become co-owners of that information. Co-owners of private information need to negotiate mutually agreeable privacy rule about telling others. Okay, so this is the basic concept of CPM. We have supposition, private information, private boundaries, and control and ownership, rule-based management system, and management dialectic. So the next is process in the rule-based management system. Okay, first, privacy rule characteristic. We have rule development, rule attribute, and two, boundary coordination, boundary linkage, boundary ownership rights, boundary permissibility, and three, boundary turbulence. Private information is the content of concealing and revealing. Sandra Petronio favored the term private information over the term self-disclosure. You need to choose wisely who you want to share the private information because it can be about yourself or others. The person you share the information plays a part when taking the idea of boundaries into consideration. Private boundaries are the division between private information and public information. When private information is shared, there will be a collective boundary. When private information remains with individual, the boundary called as personal boundary. Individual private information is protected by their boundaries. These boundaries can be relatively permeable or relatively impregnable. Sometimes when people get an access to some information, they will think that they can control the information and have the right to do whatever they want if they noticed by the owner of the information before the disclosure. Some people think that they own the information. They want to take control on the information that they have. The co-owner have to know the limit to control the information because they are not the owner of the information. Rule-based management operates on three basic processes: privacy rule characteristic, boundary coordination, and boundary turbulence. One, privacy rules characteristic divide into two sections, which is attributes and development. And two, boundary coordination divide into three categories, which is boundary permissibility, boundary linkage, and boundary ownership. Management dialectic also be called as privacy rule in the idea of privacy management. Privacy management is the idea that focuses on the opposing argument that advocate for revealing private information and the side that opposes that. Understanding of how privacy is perceived by other people and what it means in a social sphere. So that's all from me and my pair. Thank you for watching.